Okay, well today we want to talk about the Open Systems Intercommunication, or the OSI Reference Model. It's called the OSI Reference Model. Now, sometimes it's just referred to as the OSI model, but typically it's the OSI Reference Model. And OSI stands for Open Systems Intercommunication. Communication. Let's get that spelled right. So, Open Systems Intercommunication, OSI Reference Model. Now, there are 7 layers to the OSI Reference Model, and we want to be able to identify each one of those. So we'll start at the top, and we're going to go down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And each one of those layers has a name. But in order to remember those names, we want to actually set up a mnemonic or a way of remembering them. So I'm going to identify the letters, and then we're going to talk about the mnemonic, how to remember them, and in which direction they go. So we have A, P, S, T, N, D, and P. So layer 7 is A, 6 is P, 5 is S, 4 is T, 3 is N, 2 is D, 1 is P. Now let's start from 7 and go down, and then I'll go from 1 and go up. So this is all people seem to need data processing. All people seem to need data processing. That's one way of remembering the order. Let's go the other way. The other way, going from layer 1 to layer 7, is please do not throw sausage pizza away. Please do not throw sausage pizza away. So now that we have a mnemonic, a way of remembering the letters and where they go, let's talk about what they are. This is the application layer, or app as most of us refer to it. It's the application layer. This is the presentation layer. This is the session layer. T stands for transport. Most of us are familiar with the N, it's the network. D stands for data link. And the P, the physical layer. Application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, physical. Right now I want to focus on these 2 layers. So let me go ahead and erase this, because I'm going to need the space. When we talk about the physical layer, we're actually talking about the wired or the wireless technologies that actually transport the data. And at the physical layer, the data is transported in zeros or in ones. And that's called binary. They're binary concepts. So they're transported in zeros and ones. Your cables can be your Cat5, your Cat5e, Cat6, fiber optics, and of course your wireless is your wireless fidelity. So that encompasses your physical layer concepts at a very basic understanding. So physical, even though we say it's physical, it's both your wired and your wireless technologies. Okay, so let's move up to data link. Let me move that up here. Data link is layer 2. When we talk about data link layer, we're actually talking about two different sublayers. The first sublayer we want to talk about is the MAC sublayer. The second sublayer we want to talk about is the LLC sublayer. So a lot of us in information technology are familiar with the MAC concept, Media Access Control. Media Access Control. The MAC is actually an address. So you might hear a term, what's the MAC address for that machine? It's the physical address of the machine. And it's actually located or burned into the NIC card, the network interface card. LLC is your logical link control. Logical link control. Now, what the logical link control information gives us is what's called a service access point. Service access point, or a SAP value. The SAP value actually references the type of layer 3 network protocol being used. But we'll get to that in our next session. What you need to know for physical and data link is that the physical layer handles the wired and wireless technologies and the transportation of data. The data link layer 2 sublayer has, well, two sublayers, the MAC and LLC. MAC is the media access control information. LLC is the logical link control information. Join me again next time as we go up the OSI reference model.